Hey there guys, how we doing today? Hope you're having an awesome day. So, we did the old one, now we're going for the new one. Unravel those bandages for cinema recap, cause today's dusty flick is The Mummy, a film about a haunting ancient secret. Let's waddle our way into it. Spoilers ahead. Cue deathly mumbo jumbo. Yada yada yada. It's the 11th century in England, and hey, I know those guys. Bunch of jerkwads known as the Templars. What's that jewel? It's another piece of Eden? Let's fast forward a bit. Looks like modern England found the burial site. At least these artifacts are local. Looks like these burial grounds are found everywhere below the ground in London. Turns out those Templars were buried right here after they invaded Egypt. Nothing new there. The normal workers are cleared out.
This is my site. What do you think you're doing?
Although one of them protests against this, but the man in black gives him a smash invitation letter. The dude then monologues about a dark secret hidden in these caves' walls. Then he simps for Princess Amunet, a very formidable heir to the Egyptian throne. She would have been worshipped as a living god if it weren't for her mother bearing another child. And this time it's a dude. Guess Egyptian royalty has no sense of equality. Amunet then accepted her newborn brother. Psych! She made a demonic pact with Set instead. Out of this, she got some cool tats, and I guess killed her father and brother. She was about to bring Set through the body of a mortal man, but surprise, Timo blind darts. Then she was mummified alive. Then her sarcophagus was taken far from Egypt, and she would remain there.
Condemned to eternal darkness.
Welcome to Iraq, the birthplace of society. That is, if someone would stop all these gunshots. Later, someone eyeballs the war zone from afar. One of them thinks they can do this, but the other thinks it's a bad idea. No one told me it was gonna be a Michael Bay film. This fool hasn't been to the Middle East before. The man with the beard, and his sense intact, is Vale, while the eager McBeaver of an invading Westerner is Nick Morton. They're here to loot, or rather, save precious artifacts. They get shot at 5 seconds later. So much for slipping in and out. Vale and Nick are knee-deep in some Iraqi shooting gallery, so what's the most sensible thing to do? Call an airstrike. It's the most American thing to do. At this point, they're fish in a barrel. Then Nick thinks of something amazing.
We're probably gonna die here.
Then a Reaper drone strike saves their sorry meatheads. With that firepower, the local militia heads for the hills. The drone strike was strong enough to make a big crater, making the terrain uneven, making anything nearby sink to the hole. Vale gets dragged, but it looks like they've struck gold. Then their commanding officer shows up, and boy howdy, he doesn't look too pleased. He scolds the lot of them for being in a different position from what they were instructed, but Nick lies about what happened. Then Vale just rolls with it. Nick's kissing tushies, proclaiming Vale as a hero, but their Colonel Greenway here is sharp-witted. Guess the jig's up. And that's not the only slap they'll take. Ooh, right in the kisser.
The map you stole from me.
This woman's accusing Nick of stealing a map from her while they were sleeping together a few days ago. Nick, again, poorly lies to Jenny Halsey and Greenway about the missing map. Then Jenny stumbles upon the Sphinx head that the two morons unearthed earlier. So Jenny wants the place to be secure. Greenway agrees, but on the condition that Nick goes with her inside that spooky hole. Vale too. In they go, and man, is bigger on the inside. They encounter statues, hieroglyphics, the Eye of Horus. You know, the type of stuff you find in Indiana's movie. Jenny thinks it's definitely a tomb. Then some mercury drips from the ceiling.
Mercury dripping from the ceiling.
She discovers it's a canal system leading to an oasis of the stuff. Jenny sees discovery, but the boys are seeing gold. And while she's over there deciphering the ritual barrier, Vale steals some gold from a dead guy. Nick tries to steal some too, but
Nick! Don't even think about it.
she investigates more and thinks that it's not a tomb but a prison. Sadly, the fun's over when Greenway calls, and Jenny needs some specialists to have a look at this prison. But Vale argues that they need to leave now. On impulse, of course, the dim-witted Nick shoots the prison rope. The mechanism pulls something from that mercury oasis. It's a sarcophagus, and it's an ugly one. What do we have next on the itinerary? Ah, camel spiders. Vale panics, opening fire as if he was in an American school. So his teammates scold his impulsive firearm handiwork. I'm gonna assume no one taught Nick it was impolite to stare, because he's really staring at that coffin. So much that it gives him visions of Amunet. Well, more of an Egyptian VR experience. Of course, she gets a little flirty. That is until Jenny crushes his little Egyptian fanfiction.
Do it!
Jenny either wants this thing out, or she won't budge. A helicopter's sent to drag the thing out of that hole, but some crows then crowd the place. Once that helo flies out, the entire military team books it.